Oh, again, only me. Here we are, we're talking about the Spiritworks active carbon filter. What's this? A lot of people in the distilling community say you don't need it. If your still is working at optimum efficiency, you don't need to clear it. I agree with you. I agree. Unfortunately, if we use the air still, which is a very inefficient pot still, sometimes you do need to clean the products. Yeah, now I know some people say I get clean stuff from my still. I said, well, I do as well. But look at the scenario. You've cleaned your car. It looks fantastic, doesn't it? And you can get away with it. But then you polish it and it looks even better. That polishing is this, it just polishes your product of it. It gets a good product to a better product. And you don't really need it. But I do. I use it. And it gets into a habit, and you just get that little bit better product. Have you ever done your air still? It comes off with a bit of floral notes, a bit like the Mrs. nail varnish remover. That takes it off. So if you run a vodka, you want a flavourless, odourless product. All you want to do is taste that bit of alcohol in it, not any other notes underneath it. This will remove any residual flavour you've got in there, so you're left with an odourless, with a bit of flavour from the alcohol vodka. So yeah, the product itself, it's simple to use. You've got the mark there and the mark there. That's the top. Top comes off, unscrews, you pour your activated carbon inside it, lid on, connect that to a bucket, connect that to a bucket, tap on, and it slowly drips through. It takes around 3 hours to do 5 litres, but the sky's your limit how much you run through it. You can have a 25 litre bucket of your spirit at the top, 25 at the bottom, plug it all in, off you go, just leave it. It'll drip through, it'll keep going. After each run, I do recommend you throwing the carbon away. Some people say washing it. No. You're prone to getting air bubbles inside it and it can cause problems, stoppages. For what it costs for a bag of carbon, you can buy a kilo of carbon on Fleabay for around £5. And for each kilo, you can do about maybe 5 or 6 runs from that. So it's cheap. You've also got the still spirits. Use the little blocks. I used that. I didn't like it. It's very slow, and the amount you can run through at once is very slow as well. You can put a maximum of a litre in, so you don't have to top it up. And if you want to do a large amount, it'll take forever. You've got to keep monitoring it. Can you put a bit more in it? And the little cartridges can be quite expensive. So if you're doing some large amount, I do recommend using this. It's a lot simpler, and you've got more room for buying carbon as well. You need to be careful when you're buying the carbon. Make sure you do buy homebrew carbon. There's aquarium carbon, there's this carbon, there's that carbon. Don't work. It's different size. The molecules of carbon, they've got little holes going through them. And what they do is, they trap the impurities. I don't know, it's like something like 0.36 nanometers each piece. And the impurities in alcohol, all the alcohol goes through these little holes and it'll block the impurities. The pieces of carbon fall like an aquarium, are larger. So all your impurities will just run straight through them. So you've got to get homebrew activated carbon. It's got to be the homebrew stuff. Nothing else will do. Nothing. So it'll fit it, it'll look good, but it'll just run straight through and you won't get any clearing. So, but yeah, you can get this on Spirit. I think it's UK homebrew website. It's a Spiritworks activated carbon filter. So, and when you buy it, this is what you get. This piece of plastic here and that's joined together. So you get about that length. Make sure when you cut it to the length you want. I just did it in half because that's perfect for me. I've also got a bit of plastic there for an extension. It actually goes that way. No, it goes that way. So that bit goes into my tap, drips through, and that goes into a bucket. So yeah, there we go. I hope you found this useful. It's like another thing. Do you need it? Not necessarily. It just makes you, just finish your product off, makes it look a little bit better. So if you just looked at the product by itself, you probably won't notice the difference. But if you put a clear product next to a non-clear product, you can see a slight difference in it. It is more crystal clear. It just makes it look a little bit better. So yeah. See you in the next video and have a good time. Cheers, distillers. Bye.